The three concepts of boundaries that we talked about in the first week, we just need to make sure are the foundation for what we're doing. So the concepts are this. First one is that God created boundaries, right? God created boundaries. He did it from the beginning of the Bible. He has been setting boundaries and places that things can go this far, or they can't go any further than that. God created boundaries. He's the one who did it. So when we're setting boundaries, we are not against His will, right? Just because we're Christian and we're supposed to love one another doesn't mean we don't get to love them in a healthy way because we set boundaries, right? So God has boundaries. God has a boundary with you. Sin is a blocker between you and your relationship with God, right? We have to overcome that in order to be in a full relationship with Him. So His boundaries are tied to His relationships, and He wants us in our domain to have boundaries in our relationships. And the second thing is that when we set a boundary, when we set the right kind of boundary, you're usually upset. Like the person who's mad, you're mad because you're setting a boundary that you've never set before, and you've probably let them treat you like a doormat or something like that, or you've just acquiesced over and over and over again. So when you set this boundary and realize that you have the ability to set that boundary, you're probably mad at yourself, first and foremost. You're kicking yourself in the rear end saying, I should have done better before. But when you set that boundary, the other person is always mad at you, and they're mad at you because they don't get to treat you the way that they treated you before. Now, if they desire to be in a relationship with you and you desire to be in a relationship with them, let me just tell you right now, you will work it out, right? And the third thing about boundaries is that boundaries are fences, not walls. Walls are designed to make a separation between one area and another area, and they're impenetrable. Fences have slats. Fences have gates. Fences don't even have to be 6 foot tall. Fences can be 4 foot tall, right? They can be wrought iron. You can see right through them. Fences have other aspects that walls don't. Fences are meant to set boundaries, but to allow relationship, right? And so when we're talking about building these things or setting these things in place, we're not using bricks and mortar, right? We're building a fence, not a wall, so that we can have conversation, that we can grow together. The ultimate goal is to be in relationship with people in a healthy way.